Welcome to the Wealth Mindset with JD Garnier. Again, I hope you had a productive week in your wealth creation journey. And my goal is always simple: to help you walk in wealth, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. To take the things that God has already given you and use those to create a life of purpose, so that wealth is more than just what you acquire. Wealth is who you become. You are the wealth. It's not your investments. It's not your real estate. It's not your business. It is you. And before you have any of those things, you have a unique and specific set of talents, abilities, gifts, ideas, habits, disciplines, and inclinations that form the basis of everything that you do in this world. And once you tap into that, you start your wealth creation journey. So, man, I want to talk about the economy. I really don't think most people understand how the economy works and really what it is. There's three components that make up an economy. There's the people, there's the ideas, and there's the capital. Now, the people are the workers. The people are also the consumers. That makes the biggest part of any economy. Unfortunately, as a community, we have always been relegated to the working class. The problem with staying in the working class, unfortunately, is that you have to trade your time for money. Right? Whether you're a blue collar, whether you're a white collar person, when you're in the working class, you trade your time for money. Now, the more specialized you are, you can make a whole lot of money doing that. But the point is, once you start working, the money stops. Now, if you know my definition of wealth, wealth is the separation of time and money. You cannot become wealthy as long as your income and your resources require your time. The only way that you can become wealthy is when you have an increase in income, an increase in resources without the requirement of your time. When you separate the two and your resources increase without you having to work for it, that's how you build wealth. That's why nobody in the working class is wealthy. Even athletes that are getting paid millions of dollars a year, once they stop playing, the money stops. Now, another thing that you need in the working class is financial acumen and understanding. Because if you get a lot of resources or accumulate a whole lot of resources really fast, but you don't have the knowledge and understanding of how to manage it, you're going to leave it fast. It's going to leave from you as fast as you acquire it. Right? That's why people who win the lottery almost always end up broke. That's why 80% of professional athletes 5 years after their playing years are bankrupt, because they get the resources fast, but they don't have the acumen and the financial literacy to be able to keep those resources. And they are still trading their time for money. However that may be, working class is still required for a successful economy. So we need people to work, right? But it is up to you to decide how you position yourself in that. Now, the second part of the economy is the ideas, the innovations. That's the business owners. Those are the people who are willing to take a risk and come up with an idea, come up with a solution to a problem to make the economy run more efficiently. Now, for that risk, business owners are compensated by returns. 95% of businesses fail within the first year. The 5% that last is where wealth is created. Business owners have to be able to implement and execute their ideas in a way that separates their time from their money. Now, unfortunately, most of us, when we first start a business, we're doing all of the work, right? It's really just a hustle. I always say all the time that a hustle is an informal, unorganized business, but a business is nothing but a formalized, organized hustle. So when you first start your business, you're doing all of the work, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the sales, you're doing the accounting, you're doing everything. The ultimate goal for a business owner is to create an asset, to create that business so that it's automated and that it's able to run on their own without the involvement of the owner. Once you're able to do that, now you have an asset that has value separate and apart from yourself. The reason why that's good is because you could take that asset and you can either pass it down to the next generation, or you can sell it on the open market and then take the capital. But business ownership is an absolutely essential part of being able to build wealth because it allows you to create something out of nothing. You can come up with an idea, or you can copy or mimic something somebody else is doing and just do it in a slightly different way. But the point is, it allows you the opportunity to create an asset that is separate and apart from yourself. Once you're able to do that, now you have something of value. Now, the issue in our community is that of the 2.6 million businesses that we have in the black community, 95% of those businesses are one employee businesses. That means that the business owner is the only person that's working in the business. That's all fine, especially if you're creating a successful business. But the problem lies when you try to sell that business on the open market, because that business has no value outside of yourself. If you're not there to do the sales, if you're not there to do customer service, if you're not there to package the products, if you're not there to do everything that is essential to that business, then the business has no value. And so the ultimate goal is to first take that hustle and turn it into a formalized, organized business. But now once you have that business, to automate, delegate, and separate yourself from that business, so you turn that business into a company. Once that business becomes a company, now you have an asset. Now you have something that is separate and apart from yourself, and now you can be strategic about how you grow that asset and create unlimited value. That's something that I call the HBCUs of business. From hustle to business to company to unlimited value. Business ownership creates a tremendous opportunity in our community, but we have to do it the right way. Now, the last part of an economy is the capital, the access to capital and the investment of capital. Now, I've been in wealth management for over 25 years. I've managed hundreds of millions of dollars in assets. And for the first time, I truly see a serious desire to participate in the economy. Now, I say all the time, as a community, we pay for capitalism, but we don't participate in capitalism. We pay for capitalism with our buying habits, right? With the things that we acquire, with our spending habits. We spend over $1.5 trillion a year on things. We pay for capitalism, but we don't participate in capitalism. We invest money lower than any other group. We don't trust financial markets, right? We don't take a disciplined approach to putting money away every single month. And because of that, we miss out on compound interest. We miss out on 10, 15, 20% market returns that compound over time. We miss out on the opportunity for our assets, our resources, and our income to increase without the requirement of our time. But for the first time, I have seen a shift in our mindset, and I've seen more and more people than ever, especially in the black community, take advantage of financial markets. So we have to be able to participate in and have access to capital. Now, the access part, that's a more difficult conversation because we don't control the majority of capital. So outside of traditional small business lending and bank lending, it is incumbent upon us to figure out ways to be able to pool our capital together so that we can use leverage to be able to grow. It's not enough for us to come up with a few $1,000s on our own to start a business when we can come together in groups, pool our funds together, and buy and build more sustainable and more valuable assets. But in order for us to take advantage of the full spectrum of the economy, we have to maximize all facets, the people, the ideas and the innovations, and the capital. That's the only way. We cannot just continue to stay in the working class. And if we stay in the working class, we have to maximize the amount of money that we earn for our time. It's not enough for us to just continue to work on labor jobs and to continue to accept income at the very bottom tier of the economy. We have to educate our children. We have to specialize in things that require more money for our time. We should be focused on STEM, on finance, on medicine, and on things like that that allow you to require more for your time. That's the only way we're going to take advantage and maximize our position in the people part of the economy. Secondly, we need to focus on business ownership. We need to follow the HBCU process, turn those hustles into businesses, turn those businesses into companies, and take our companies and create unlimited value. And when it comes to access to capital, we need to be consistently investing our money, and we need to be consistently finding ways to use leverage, whether that's pooling our own funds together or it's maximizing our credit viability so we have access to capital elsewhere. Because believe it or not, the economy is not black or white, it's green. And we have to be able to take advantage of it in all facets. This is the Wealth Mindset with JD Garnier, and I tune into you.